firstly, thank you very much for joining us. If you could just introduce yourself and tell our listeners a little bit about yourself to start us off, that'd be really good.
I'm Juliet Gellatley, and I'm the founder and director of the charity Viva. And we're launching a campaign called Trash, because that's how male calves are treated by the dairy industry, with 95,000 a year being shot in the head as unwanted byproducts of the dairy industry.
I was hoping you could expand on that and tell our listeners a little bit more about this.
Well, what it is that a lot of people don't realise that to produce milk, a cow has to be pregnant. She has a 9-month pregnancy like us, and then gives birth to her calf. And that, and only then, is when her milk production kicks in. And they've been selectively bred over many years to produce way too much milk than is natural for them. But even so, the calves are still taken away. Whether boy or girl, they're always taken away. But in the case of the males, because they can't produce milk, a lot of them are just seen as basically as trash. And we have filmed, calves being shot in the head for the supply of Cadbury. And really, what people don't realise, this is across the board. It doesn't matter whether the farm labels itself as free range or organic, or whether it's zero grazing, as many farms in the UK are now, which is where the cows never see grass. But all of them, this is just industry practice where they will shoot the little baby boys in the head.
So do you think it's more education we need on this?
I think it is a lot more education in the whole of the food industry. I think so much is hidden. It's not exactly something that they market and advertise when they're trying to sell their product, is it? So yes, it's up to people and charities like Viva to let people know the truth that's involved in food production, whatever that may be, and really encourage people to look at their own diet and what makes them feel good as well. And we encourage people to go vegan. So we've just launched a new website called scarydairy.org.uk. There's a whole big section on that about how to change yourself and dairy-free products, because I think if you've not thought about it much before, it might seem a bit daunting, but actually there are thousands, not hundreds, but thousands and thousands of products out there now, and the supermarkets are literally in a race to be the best for vegan. Time to change.
So do we need dairy products to stay healthy? Because that's often what you tend to think.
Yes, well, we're taught to think that because the dairy and the meat and fish industries, for that matter, have had so much power and been so subsidised, and they spend literally millions and millions of pounds on saying things like that to us. But the truth is, no, we are actually healthier without it. So if you can imagine, if you think of a product like hard cheeses and butters and ice creams and milk chocolates, they're loaded with the so-called bad fats, the saturated animal fats. And those are the things that are linked to heart disease and stroke, and also things like diabetes type 2 very much as well. And animal protein has been linked to certain cancers. So, no, we definitely are better off without it, and loading our diet with things like fresh fruits and vegetables and whole grains and pulses. They're the peas, beans and lentils group. Foods that actually make us thrive and are full of the nutrients that we require for really good, optimal health. So vegans get less of most of the chronic diseases, in fact. And there's nothing that a vegan suffers more from in terms of disease. So I think nature's telling us something there. But when you think about milk, it's a very specific one. We were only ever meant by nature to consume our mum's milk until we were weaned. We were never designed by nature to consume milk after weaning at all. So we have absolutely no biological need for it whatsoever. And nature certainly did not intend for us to consume the milk of another suckling mammal, whether it be a gorilla, a fox, an elephant or a cow. We're simply not designed to consume the milk of another species.
Now, I understand there are some events taking place as well.
Yes, we have. We started on Friday with London, but we're going all over the UK, up to Scotland, to Glasgow, down to the south of England and in the middle. So they're all listed on viva.org.uk/street action. And they're very upbeat, and we talk to people about changing, and they can ask. It's a chance to ask any questions you like from people that have been involved in veganism for many years. So if people can go along and support that, or just ask some questions if you're curious. But also, we've launched the website, like I say, scarydairy.org.uk, so there's loads and loads of information on that. And we have billboards going up in the UK and YouTube ads launching as well, the first vegan YouTube ad, which relates to this very issue we're talking about, which is what happens to the male calves.
Well, if you're happy we've covered everything, I'd like to thank you very much for taking the time out to talk to me today.
Oh, no, thanks very much. It's a pleasure.